trying to see if I even want to start now. I guess whatevs. Hi, welcome to Center Pages. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I actually have a little bit of a treat because I've got a couple of perfumes that I want to talk about, because as you may or may not know, I am obsessed kind of with vanilla scents, and the store right around the corner from me, the beauty store right around the corner from me, had two vanilla scents that I had never heard of, and I never heard of this brand, and I had never smelled them before. Usually I just stick to my vanilla musk, my vanilla fields, those two. But this one is Vanilla Breeze. They're by Now and Always. Vanilla Breeze and Woody Vanilla. And I have been, oh my goodness. I have been layering these with this Whipped Vanilla by Bodycology. Hold on. Let me get you together, because they smell amazing. So this Vanilla Breeze, I kind of got this. Me and the kids went to the aquarium a couple of weeks ago. That video is still coming out too. But me and the kids went to the aquarium a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted something kind of ocean themed to kind of go along with that day and that, reading material and kind of that week. So I saw Vanilla Breeze and I was like, oh, that sounds nice. And it is nice. It's beautiful. It opens up really bright, and here comes somebody. Cheeto. And I don't even want to pick him up and have him on camera right now, because he is not his usual fluffy self. I had to give him a haircut because his fur had clumped up. You know how it does that matting, because he's a long-haired cat. So of course I couldn't have that. So we clipped his fur, and he doesn't look bad, but he doesn't look like himself, and I want him to stay off of camera. So I hope he doesn't want me to pick him up. I was trying to keep him out of the room, but he don't do no closed doors. He is terrible. He got me the piece of puff. Oh my goodness. Oh my Cheeto, you showing everybody your haircut. I knew you was gonna jump up here. You terrible. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I have Vanilla Breeze, and it's really, oh my goodness, it's bright, but still that really sexy vanilla-y scent. That smells so good. Okay, so the notes are directly on the box, and it has top notes of lavender essence. Middle notes of the heart are orange blossom and orchid accord, and the base is warm vanilla, and it is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. And then I went back to the hair store because I remembered seeing her sister, and I was like, that's sticking with me. Like, I had smelled it, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get it this time. But then I couldn't get her off of my mind. So I went back, honey, and I got her sister, and she is Woody Vanilla by Now and Always. Now, she is definitely like her sexy big sister. This one is light and floral and lavender and orange blossom and all those things, but she is grown and sexy. She is Woody Vanilla, and I absolutely, stop. It's everything. I absolutely love it. So it has top notes of black currant. Its heart or middle is jasmine and grandiflorum. And then it has its base notes are bourbon vanilla. That bourbon vanilla is what's hidden in this one. absolutely amazing and beautiful, and just fun little cheapies to have that I love. And like I said, I've been layering those two with this whipped vanilla by Bodycology. I have a nose for it because this one smells amazing too, because it's creamier than like the regular vanilla by what is that other Body Fantasies. They have a vanilla, but it's straight vanilla, and it smells good and delicious, but sometimes you want something to kind of break up that vanilla, and this does that whipped creamy milky scent that makes it the whip delicious. So it just has main accords of vanilla, sweet, floral, powdery, and lactonic, and then it is just vanilla, whipped cream, and floral notes. I've been layering up, oh my gosh, with those other two vanilla scents. I love it. I know that I'm gonna have to tell my girlfriend Kyra about it, because she likes to smell edible in the summertime. So I'm gonna have to let her know that it's definitely, these two vanilla scents is definitely giving yummy yummy. So yay, that was fun. I haven't did a perfume in a good little minute, so I wanted to make sure to get that in. So now I've got 7 books to talk about. They're pretty much all thrillers, I think. Yeah, they're all thrillers. They were so good. At least the majority of them were really, really good. I think I have one that's a 2-star. And usually I don't do no 2 and 3 stars, but honey, we'll get around to it. Let's start off with She Won't Leave by James Kane. I gave it 5 stars, and the description is: she has taken over my life. Everything was perfect until tragedy brought my mother-in-law, Dolores Sterling, to my front door with extra baggage at her side. After the sudden death of her husband, she asked if she could live with us temporarily. I knew that living with my mother-in-law wouldn't be easy. She'd made it obvious ever since I married her son that I'm not worthy of him. After all, I was his housemaid until he fell in love with the help, as Dolores puts it. Because of that, I've kept her at arm's length, which was easy until she knocked at my door. My husband doesn't see what she's doing to us. It's clear that she has it in for me and is destroying my marriage while living in my home. But there's something even worse at play. As Dolores' presence at my home becomes more suffocating, I begin unraveling her dark secrets. The more I dig into my mother-in-law's past, the more I realize I'm fighting for more than just my marriage. There's only room for one woman in my husband's life. Yay. It says fans of Frida McFadden and Daniel Hurst will love the page-turning suspense in She Won't Leave. So I said, did you get your drink, your snack, your coffee? Got water, flavored water, peach watermelon. So I said, I really enjoyed this one. It was fun and fast-paced. Madeline and Leo have been married about 2 years before his mother, Dolores, has to move in after the sudden death of Leo's father, Sterling. He was a cold, distant man, and the love had long gone from Dolores' marriage. So she moves in and immediately gets to tripping. Just being really possessive of Leo. She keeps smoking in the house when Madeline asks her not to. She moves in a whole bunch of her belongings instead of like putting it in storage, since she's only supposed to be there temporarily, and just crossing the line in so many other ways. And it's hilarious. But the twist was twisting, and I really enjoyed it. My first book by this author, definitely won't be my last. Loved it. It was really good. 5 stars. The next book that I have is The New Husband by Brian O'Rourke. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the description is Mary always dreamed of a perfect husband. Now she's got one. When Mary's husband, Brent, returns from a month-long wellness retreat, he seems like a totally different person. Before he went away, Brent was anxious, depressed, and in danger of losing his job. Now he's decisive, optimistic, and full of energy. He always has big plans to start his own business, big plans which require a lot of capital. And Mary spends more time around her husband. No, as Mary spends more time around her husband, she begins to realize just how much he's changed in every little way. Is the man she's living with really the same person she married? And who is the guy in the gray SUV who keeps following her? Does he know something sinister about her husband? Little by little, Mary realizes Brent has been hiding a dark secret about what really happened at that wellness retreat. And as she draws closer to the horrifying truth, she finds herself trapped in a nightmare beyond her wildest imaginings. I gave it 5 stars, and I said, why was Brent's family so mean to him? His abuse by his family is the core of the book, and I don't understand, but I guess that's how it is. There are lots of true life cases of child abuse where one child got it the hardest out of everybody in the family for whatever reason, but geez, I got the twist wrong. I thought he was cheating. Child, that's not it, honey. I said the neighbor from across the street was able to figure it out before Mary did, or I did as the reader. Mary was a little clueless, but I mean, what is she supposed to think about her husband? Cheating might just been me. I always think that people are cheating when they start acting weird and different. He goes to a wellness retreat for a month and comes back a totally new and improved person. I mean, completely, but also a bit of a prick. Mary is like, my husband has never been mean or hostile or brutish before. Who the hell is this? He was really assertive and super sexual, and Mary was not feeling it, and neither was I feeling it for her. There's one thing to be better and an improvement of who you are, and it's something altogether different when somebody come back as a whole different man. Read the book. It was good. 5 stars. Next, The Psychopath Next Door by Mark Edwards. 5 stars. The description is, in this mesmerizing thriller from the best-selling author of Keep Her Secret, a family's fresh start is just the beginning of their nightmare. Ethan Dove's family has moved to a new home in a safe community, and it's exactly the fresh start they need. Not only is his marriage to Emma hanging by a thread, but his son Dylan and 12-year-old daughter Rose deserve to have a happy childhood. After Rose is bullied by the boys across the road, Ethan is relieved when the woman who lives next door steps in. Fiona Smith has come into their lives at just the right moment, and when she offers to look after Rose during the school holidays, Ethan and Emma can't believe their luck, which is exactly what Fiona wants. Because far from being the perfect neighbor, Fiona is the last person you should trust with your child. With a vicious plot for revenge, Fiona is happy to train Fiona to be her accomplice, especially when she begins to suspect that Rose might not be as innocent as she appears. The Psychopath Next Door is a gripping and twisted psychological suspense thriller set in the terrifying world of Mark Edwards' best-selling The Magpies universe. Oh, I didn't know that. I have his Magpies. He has a series called The Magpies, and I don't know why, but I hear rave things about it. That's like his best series, and I want to start it. I think I'm gonna get into it because it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I said this was good, kept me entertained. I said this was good. It kept me entertained and interested. Ethan and Emma's marriage is on the rocks because she had an emotional affair with some guy. Whore. So now we're here. Moved to a new neighborhood to have a fresh start with their kids, Rose and Dylan. Conveniently, they are directly next door to batshit Fiona. And they immediately start letting her babysit their 12-year-old daughter, Rose. No getting acquainted with her, no sort of background check or anything. Just sure, you can watch my kid. And Rose is extra special in her own right because she's totally disrespectful to her own mother. And she begins to gravitate towards Fiona and likes going over her house. Fiona sees herself in little Rose and begins to groom her in the art of schmurder, and they get to it. The only person that they are not fooling is the brother. Dylan, honey, Rose's brother. He doesn't understand how anyone cannot see that Rose is a weirdo and needs to be put away. The way that he is trying to convince his father of Rose being a psychopath is just the best thing in the book, because nobody wants to pay this kid any mind. Poor kid. But it makes for good reading. It's really, really good. I said, lots of people die and get hurt. The ending didn't really twist my Twizzler the way I wanted it to. It was just a good ending. There wasn't really a twist that I caught and that I was like particularly here for. It just ended well for me. I liked it. 5 stars. I mean, okay, so I guess the twist was no, but that wasn't. I can't sit. See, I get back to thinking about them again. I can't sit here and think about that daggone book, but because it wasn't the twist, because we know that Rose was crazy for the whole book. Child, read the book. It was good. 5 stars. Next, I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. And the description is, I gave it 4 stars. And the description is, Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has returned to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of liquor, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple who live in the house across the lake. They make for good viewing. A tech innovator, Tom is rich, and a former model, Catherine is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Cassie saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other and the longer Casey watches, it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage is not as perfect and placid as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Cassie becomes consumed with finding out what happened to her. In the process, she uncovers eerie, darker truths that turn a tale of voyeurism and suspicion into a story of guilt, obsession, and how looks can be very deceiving. With this trademark blend of sharp characters, psychological suspense, and gasp-worthy surprises, Riley Sager's The House Across the Street unveils more than one twist that will shock readers into the very last page. I guess. I said it's given The Woman in the Window by A.J. Flynn. It's given 1954's Alfred Hitchcock's movie Rear Window. Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf in it, but add ghosts. I said it's just a little more paranormal than those. The paranormal shit kind of came from out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. It came from left field. It was just okay. I have to remember that an author can write whatever the F he wants in his story. Like, he can write whatever kind of ghost he wants. Just because it starts out normal doesn't mean that it has to stay that way for the entire book. He can slap a ghost in wherever the fuck he wants. I just think that I'm a little biased towards Riley Sager's books because I expect his twists to irritate me, and this one was no different. I expect to go for a great ride and to enjoy a great read up until the twist. It got a little boring towards the middle, but I stuck with it because I was too far in to stop and a little too invested in the characters at that point. I said I wanted to know what happened to Catherine, and I was hoping that Cassie wasn't just tripping from alcoholism because she was drunk and drinking for the entire book. She spends her days drinking and spying on her married neighbors, Catherine and Tom, from across the lake with her super powerful binoculars. Yeah. And one day, she sees the couple having a domestic dispute where Catherine slaps Tom and then immediately after the slap looks over at Cassie, or like in the direction of Cassie's house, who was already looking at her, at her. Yeah, like she was already in her binoculars, and when Catherine turned around, she was looking at her. Weird. And she just kind of waves at her like she knows that Cassie has been watching her home. Child, better than me. Because I'd have wanted to fight. If I have an inkling of an idea that someone was watching my home with binoculars and then I see them watching, call the police. I'm like, what do you mean? And after she sees this, that's when Catherine goes missing and the events of the book kind of start. I'm glad that the book didn't completely woman in the window me. It wasn't the same twist, but ghosts were just as annoying. Child, I guess. I've got one more book to read by Riley Sager, and that's gonna be the last one for me, by him for a while, because he irks my soul sometimes. It was good, but I give it 4 stars because it also kind of irritated me. Read it and let me know what you think of the whole paranormal aspect of it. Anyway, next I have 3 Noelle Ihli books, Noelle W. Ihli books. I really like her writing. She does good. After I just decided to give her another try because my first book by her was Run on Red, and that was just okay for me. I didn't really care for it all that much, but the next couple that I have, I enjoy. So here we go. Gray After Dark by Noelle Ihli. I gave it 5 stars. It was excellent. The description goes, when a tragic accident sidelines Miley's dreams of Olympic gold, she takes a summer job at a mountain guest lodge. The Frank Church Wilderness is remote, but it's the perfect place to train and recover. Local lore about a staffer who died years ago doesn't scare her, but it should. Miley's plans to take a terrifying detour when she's abducted during a morning run. Held captive in a desolate off-grid cabin, she'll have to use her athletic prowess, cunning mind, and courage to survive. But as the nightmare at the cabin escalates, Miley is forced to form an unlikely alliance and attempt a risky escape. She can outwit her captors and survive the wilderness. Can she outwit her captors and survive the wilderness before it's too late? Inspired by true events, Gray After Dark is a pulse-pounding psychological thriller with a finale that will leave you breathless. I said, absolutely perfect. From the beginning to the end, I was captivated. It was fast-paced from the jump. Speaking of paces, that's exactly what I was doing. At one point in the book, I was just walking back and forth with the best kind of anxiety. All I could do was pace the floor. I said, Miley is a biathlete since like middle school with her best friend and fellow biathlete, Brent. Miley likes to train in the Frank Church Wilderness, which is like thousands of acres of just wilderness. One day, while out there in the woods alone training, 2 men happen upon her and upend her life in the worst ways, dragging her deeper into the wilderness. Fred and Hamish are a father and son duo who fancy themselves outdoorsmen, who want to live off the land, etc. So they take Miley, intent on making her Hamish's wife. They rename her Ruthie Sue and keep her for months, along with another girl that they have had for years and renamed her Mary. So many times I wanted to reach through the book and choke Mary myself. I don't want to give the story away, but these two women's journeys is harrowing, heartbreaking, and healing. And the way that Brent, her best friend and fellow biathlete guy, and Wes, the co-worker from the lounge that she worked in, the way that those two relentlessly searched for her in those wilderness all alone was so sweet. Their journey was just as harrowing as the two ladies, Mary and Ruthie Sue. I don't even know their real names no more, but yeah, their journey in the wilderness, Wes and Brent. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I said their journey was also harrowing because this is the thing: the wilderness ain't about to play with nobody. But Brent and Wes were total opposite men of Fred and Hamish. Those two completely opposite ends of the male, no, yeah, just two different completely opposite ends of like the male spectrum. There were points in this book where I was just pacing back and forth trying to deal with the anticipation and anxiety of it all. I loved it. I love books like this. True edge of the seat thriller. Yeah, it was good. Gray After Dark. All right, almost done. Got I think 2 more books to go. Such Quiet Girls, also by Noelle Ihli. I gave it 5 stars. And the description goes, Sage and her sister don't make it home from school today. Neither will the other children on bus 315. But that's only the beginning of the nightmare. New bus driver Jessa blames herself for what happened. She couldn't protect the kids she was supposed to deliver to daycare, just like she couldn't protect her own daughter 3 years ago. But this time, everything will be different. It has to be. Trapped in a shipping container buried 20 feet underground, Jessa and the children do their best to stay calm. The kidnappers insist that if everyone behaves, they'll be freed when the ransom is paid. But Sage isn't sure they'll last that long. Neither is Jessa. It's dark and cramped, and with every passing minute, it's getting harder to breathe. With time and air running thin, Jessa and the children must find a way to outsmart their captors or face an unthinkable fate. Such Quiet Girls was inspired by actual events. Honey, my mouth was jaw and my titties, honey. I said spectacular. Based off the 1976 bus kidnapping in Chowchilla, California, Noelle Ihli is getting me through 2026. She is one of my new faves like Cheryl LaPena and Frida Rita McFadden. These children are kidnapped from the school bus on their way to daycare one day. It's like 10 of them. And they're placed in an underground bunker type situation with a few mattresses, a bucket, and a little food and water. But what is concerning is their limited air supply, and they're afraid of what's going to happen to them. They don't know what the men want, and they're also afraid of the dark. It's just scary. And they range in age from like 5 to Sage being the oldest, and I think she was like 14. And Sage was my favorite character in the book because she really hates the way that the bus driver, Gemma, the adult in charge, is handling things, which was not well at all. I was on Sage's side the whole book. She's not doing anything to save herself or the kids, and she's just going along and being complacent, and Sage can't stand it. She's like, if my mom were here, she'd know what to do. She'd do something. So eventually she begins to take the lead far as being in charge of safety and being in charge of the situation, telling the other younger kids and her sister what to do, because her sister is also on the bus with her. I think her sister's name was like Bella or something, and like trying to help them get out. She was thinking about the bus driver Gemma, and she was like, so why? Who said that she has to be in charge of the situation just because she's the adult? She is clearly inept and doesn't know what the hell to do. Well, maybe that's not exactly what she said, but it was on those lines. So she was like, I'm bigger than her, than the bus driver. She was like, I'm thicker than her. And she was like, and I'm gonna figure this out myself because she ain't helping. And I was rooting for little Sage for the whole book. But to learn that this book was based on a true story blew my mind. So of course I went down the rabbit hole, learning about the 1976 case. It was 26 children in that kidnapping, in that bus kidnapping. The kidnappers drove the kids like 11 hours out of the way. And they literally buried those kids. And they all survived. There was so many like different studies on these kids over the years of like PTSD and whatnot. Goodness gracious. And those children didn't get compensated for that situation that happened in 1976 until 2016. 40 years for them to get their money. Child. Oh my goodness. It was excellent. Great book. 5 stars. Okay, so last and certainly least, because this was the one that I didn't care for the most out of this series. I gave it 2 stars. And it's also by Noelle Ihli. I guess, some hits, some misses. That's to be expected. For the most part, I'm in love with her. I can't wait to. I got a couple other books by her. I can't recall the titles right now, but I have a couple other ones that I'm gonna start. Room for Rent. Can't wait to start that one by her. And I am currently reading my first Nora Roberts book. It's called Final Target. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you about that when I get done. So, last but least, The Thicket by Noelle Ihli. I gave it 2 stars. The description is, everyone will hear you scream, no one will listen. Nora can't stop thinking about the night her brother died. She was supposed to stay with him at the Halloween carnival. He'd begged her to stay, but they'd fought and Nora left him alone in the woods. That was before she realized there was a real killer lurking among the costumes and macabre props. When the carnival reopened just weeks later, amid a media controversy, Nora decides to retrace her brother's last steps in a desperate attempt to unravel what really happened that night. But the woods hold more than just traumatic memories. Long before Nora begins to suspect that the killer's choice of hunting ground was no coincidence, and that this nightmare is far from over. Okay. I said, this one really didn't hold my attention as well as Gray After Dark, and the other one that I read by her. I said The Thicket is like a yearly Halloween event, sort of like when Six Flags does the Fright Fest, or when they have like a haunted pumpkin patch. It was slow to me. There was a lot of dialogue and not enough schmurder. I don't have a lot to say. It sounded very promising, but it fell flat, and I'm surprised that I stuck with it. Usually I don't stick with a boring book that's not holding my attention, but I thought that it would pick up because the description sounded so good, but it didn't pick up, and I'm mad that I wasted my time with this one. I feel like this could be a decent movie though, but as a book it would just move too slow, and I only got through it by the skins of my teeth. I felt like if they really lean into the atmosphere of the theme park for a movie, really lean into, but there's a whole lot of movies that's already like that too. So I don't know, but that one just wasn't doing it for me. But yeah, so there's that. I got through all of them. This video was fun. Oh yeah, so the Nora Roberts book. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I'm going to listen to some more of that today. I might spend my day listening to that. It's called Final Target, and it's about this writer. Her name is Arden. I really like that name. And she's an author, and she's just written her first book, and it does really well. And so she's going on like a kind of like a different like little press release run. And as she's doing her book signings and she's going to these different states and whatnot, she gets to her first book signing and she comes across this guy, and his name is Dustin. And as the weeks go on and as she's going around doing her thing, he keeps popping up at her book events. And it gets bad. It gets really bad. And it's so good. I can't wait to talk about it in my next video. It's gonna be good. And I have to do my hair. I'm gonna do my hair this week. Don't you worry. It's coming up. It's coming up. I'm about to get cute. While I'm doing my hair, I've got plenty of stuff to listen to, so I'm super, super excited about that. The video will be coming when I get done, and I'm even more beautiful. So no messing. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend that's coming up. I'll see you next time. Oh my goodness, I am getting ready to go to sleep, but I went to the store. I went to the hair store, and I got a couple more things that I wanted to share with you, because right beside the hair store is a Roses, and Roses had all the goodies, honey. But real quick, from the hair store, I got 2 more perfumes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got the smaller versions. Vanilla Veil. I didn't look up the notes for this one, and it didn't come in a box, so it doesn't have it on the box. Maybe I can see if Fragrantica has it later on to put in there. Vanilla Veil and Peachy Jasmine. Oh my goodness. This Peachy Jasmine smells so good. It smells just like Sexy Peaches. I mean, it's got a bright opening with like orange and peach. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Then I went next door after I got my hair and stuff. I can't wait to do my hair. I already washed it and sectioned it off into the section. So the only thing I have to do is just start. I'm going to do some fluffy twists. So after I did that, I went right next door to Roses, and they had all the goodies in the beauty section. So I got Cozy Fireside S'more, Bodycology body spray. Not the Cozy Fireside S'more. It smells like the vanilla, but more chocolatey. Oh my God, that is amazing. It really smells like that chocolatey burnt marshmallow. And I figured it would be a good compliment to my whipped vanilla. It says, return to the warm memory of a fireside s'more with the aroma of marshmallow, sandalwood, and a hint of milk chocolate. Like, that milk chocolate is everything. It really does. It really, and I was like, this is so perfect for summer, because it so reminds me of like summer camp, and even in the fall, it's going to be a mood for the fall time, but this was really giving like summer camp. So then I also got the whipped vanilla body wash and bubble bath. Body wash and bubble bath. The whipped vanilla and the strawberry cheesecake. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I already took a shower and I didn't use this. I just used some regular Irish Spring, because I thought that this was just bubble bath, but it's body wash and bubble bath, and I cannot. The whipped vanilla to match with my whipped vanilla body spray. And then I found the lotion, because I didn't have the whipped vanilla lotion. So that was my little loot for today. I got a body cream, 2 body washes, a body spray, a couple of perfumes. Oh, and I got this, Floating on a Cloud by Bodycology. It's whipped cream and strawberries and berries. It says, relax and refresh with whipped vanilla and juicy berries. And it smells so good. Oh, I used it when I got out the shower. It smells amazing. And I also got this rosewater and hyaluronic acid body oil with the sparkles in it. That is so pretty. I have some other body sparkles over there that I use too. I love a good body shimmer. I
thought that was cute. And then lastly, well, almost lastly, because whenever I do braids, I always just put like a light spray moisturizers in my hair. And I've been liking this one by Mane and Tail, the hair strengthener. But then last, as far as body sprays, I got this, it's by Deep Fresh Magic of Nature. This smells really fresh and sexy too. This is amazing, and I wasn't expecting for this to smell as good as it does. And when I sprayed it, I was blown away. Oh my goodness, amazing. The back isn't even in English. Oh. Yes, it is. It says, it provides a refreshing effect every hour of the day with its lasting, pleasant fragrance. Absolutely. I'll see if I can find the notes online to these, because they've got to be somewhere online, so I can put them up for you so you can know exactly what's in it, because this smells so good. All of them smell so good, and I'm so happy that I was able to do a little mini haul of body goodies. Yay, I got 2 lotions, 2 body washes, 2 sprays, and 2 perfumes, 2 little ones. This Peachy Jasmine is amazing. I'm so glad that I found that line of perfumes. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. I can't wait till, I have to work a double. So tomorrow I could probably come home and relax with the bath, and I'll use my strawberry cheesecake, because I have the strawberry cheesecake body spray and lotion too, and I love it. This smells so good. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. See you.